Thank you, sir.
Kembo Kembo na tata Nzambi ya Manzulu mfumu kia kuyisa. I'm coming to you from Angola. We organized a trip with our members of the Angola Investment Group, and I'm here today with Byron, Elder Byron, and his wife, Marcia. Salama Bena Zulu, Bena Kongo. In regard with the trip, how was your preparation?
The preparation started first mentally, just coming to the conclusion that we have to do this. We're not getting any younger, my wife and I, and so we just felt that this is something that we must do. Nabi has always encouraged us that you got to come and you got to put boots on the ground. You got to see what I see and experience what I experience, so that you don't have to take my word for it. You can experience it yourself. So we prepared mentally, saved up financially for it, and we just decided we're going to do it. There were some obstacles that we thought we would encounter, which turned out not to be very much of an obstacle. And we prayed that everything would go smooth, and exactly as we prayed, everything went very smoothly. So preparing mentally and spiritually also, because this is the land of our ancestors. So prepare mentally, spiritually, and then just have the mindset that, yes, we're going to do this. No matter what, we're not going to let anything get in our way. We are going to do this. So
I know it was a very long trip, coming from the States to Angola. But what was your feeling when you came above Angola?
We came in very late at night, so all we could see is the lights. But when the plane first touched down, my wife grabbed my hand and said, "We're here." I said, "No, until I put my foot on the ground and breathe the air, that's when I'll know I'm here." And so when the doors opened and I got that first whiff of the air, I'm like, "Hallelujah. Now I feel like I'm here." And then when I touched the ground, now I know that I'm here. So it was, the trip was lengthy. Yes, that's true. But, it was tolerable. It wasn't too awful.
Yeah. So it is actually the first time we met, right? It's the first time. We've never seen each other face to face, only online. So what was your feelings when we met face to face the very first time?
Well, the very first time, it was like, I hope these guys are going to be there to meet us, because we don't know anybody here in Angola. So when we walked through immigration and I looked over and I saw Nabi and I saw Nico, his brother, it was like, and it was just to see them for the first time. I ran over, gave these guys a hug, because once again, you can meet somebody online, but until you're looking them in the eyes and sense their spirit, it's not the same thing. So I was really happy to meet you. You guys have been nothing but courteous to us. It was truly great to meet you guys face to face for the first time, and you guys have been great hosts, and we appreciate everything that you guys, because you kept true to your word. You were there on time. In fact, you were there before we got there to make sure that we didn't come out and feel like we were lost. And so we appreciated that. And then, of course, the fact that you guys have been taking us around and showing us the size, places to eat, and all of that. So it's truly been a blessing to my life.
And a very important question. So we know that people can portray themselves to be someone online. So people can fake their character, can fake who they are. But now that we have met, can you say that I am the same person I pretend to be online?
Yes, I can say that. I even sensed it before we met that you were genuine. I can sense your heart. I see the dedication that you have in doing the BSI classes. So I didn't expect anything less. But to actually see that you are that same person that I met online, And there's a reason why my spirit took to you, which is the reason why I became a part of BSI and AIG. So it's important to me that people are genuine,
Yes.
because you build trust, and in this day and age, it's important to build trust because we're such a distance away from one another, and there's always been this bad reputation that you can't trust anybody in Africa. Everybody's looking to scam you, and that is a bad reputation to have because you have to trust people, especially if you don't know the land itself. So I appreciate the fact that you are who you shown yourself to be, both online as well as in person.
Now, you have been here for several days. What is your honest opinion and impression of Angola?
Angola is a beautiful country. We've seen the beaches, we've seen the luxury homes, but we've also seen how the needs of the people, because you can go from one block where it's luxury home, and then 2 blocks away it's like the favelas of Brazil. So we can see the need. But Angola itself is a beautiful place. Coastlines, beautiful coastlines. You have some areas that you have some mountains, but the homes are impressive also, many of the homes. So you have to come and experience it to understand what I'm saying. But, and the temperature, the weather. Yeah. It can be a little warm at times, but it's still
nice.
Nice, yes, exactly.
And now, our people need to come back home, right? And as we are preaching, teaching, and telling people, come invest in Africa, we are not the only ones saying it.
No.
But there are also world economics, like Jeffrey Sachs, who says that from 20 to 30 years, Africa will become an economic world power.
Absolutely.
And if anyone wants to invest, they should invest in Africa. Put your money in Africa. Now, with the decline of the United States dollar, that will happen, if people are too hesitant to invest their money in Africa, it may happen that the dollar will become worthless and that they will have no place to go. In Angola, we have huge space because Africa is big. Angola is big. We have huge space here. But what was your impression of the first condominium?
The first condominium, it was a totally self-sufficient community, where within the community, first of all, it's gated, and security is very tight at the entrance.
Very tight.
So you can feel safe to be there. And you have stores, salons, spas, everything within that community.
Even the hotel.
Even the hotel.
Yeah.
The homes themselves, the condominiums that we saw, ranged in single story, smaller, more affordable, to multi-level, luxurious condominiums. So whatever your budget is, you can find something. And what amazed me was when you look at the building and you say, well, how much is this? And when you translate it from Kwanzaa, the local currency, to dollars, you're like, you're kidding me. This building in the United States would sell for 3 times as much. So your dollar goes a much further distance here. And so while the dollar, as you mentioned, the fall of the economy, while the dollar is strong, it's better you take advantage of it than waiting for it to collapse. Because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If you're into economics, all the indices are showing that America at some point is going to collapse.
It will.
It will. So now is the best time to try to move your assets to a place that has all of the mineral resources to back up their currency. Africa is a continent that's rich in minerals. Here in Angola, the fuel prices is much less. Why? Because you produce your own oil.
Yeah.
So all around, you're going to be better off to take your money out of a system that's, if I knew that the Titanic was going to sink and I'm on it, the first opportunity I get, I'm getting off. Why would I stay around until it actually starts to go under?
We'll take the escape boat.
Exactly. Exactly. And Africa is that escape boat to get away from a failing economy. And not just America, but Europe also is going to go through a decline.
Yes, Europe.
They've reached their pinnacle.
Yes, it's the West in general. Yes. And so, in that first condominium that we visited, the cheapest house is 79 million kwanza. Yeah, that's equal to, I think, 95,000 US dollars. Something around that range.
Right.
That's the cheapest.
Right.
That's the one floor house.
Right.
With three bedrooms. Is that affordable enough for people who want to invest in Angola, want to have a home, a second home in Angola, in the preparation to maybe migrate back?
And that's the point that I was going to make, is that some of us in the States are used to a certain type of lifestyle. Paved roads, gated communities, stores within short distances. So transitionally, those would be a great opportunity to say, okay, I'm not quite sure where I want to buy and where I want to build, but just to get here and then start to look and see, you get something like this, and it's a great transition from the West to the continent, where you can, and don't get it twisted, that even those, the single story, the ones for around $80,000,
good homes.
They're good homes.
Yeah.
They're not some little exactly. They're good starter homes. And then from there, now you can say, okay, I got my land, I'm going to build the home of my dream. And then you can either sell that, because where it is, it's not going to lose value. Or you can say, I'm going to keep it and rent it or whatever. Yeah. But you're not going to lose the value of the house.
So people can buy land, because land is increasing in price. So when you buy land now, you can get it for a more affordable price. However, even though the price of land is increasing, relatively, it's still cheap.
Yes. Yes.
It's still cheap. But you can buy land so that you have your land, you can hold it. You can hold it as long as you want, because it's yours. And you can buy a house like this, one floor house, 97 million kwanza, as a transitioning house. You can come here, stay here. When you're not here, you can rent it as a, let's say, Airbnb.
Airbnb, yes.
Right? Or anything else you desire.
Exactly.
But you can rent it as an Airbnb, and you get some money out of it. And when you're here, you stay at your home, you do your affairs. That could be a good working strategy.
Absolutely.
So the first condominium that we visited, Boa Vida, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful, paved roads. The houses are amazing. Yes, truly. They have different type of houses in different price categories. So if someone said, I want a duplex house, or three-store house, it's all there.
Yes.
It's all there. The house that we visited, that huge house, that alone was, I think, 200 square meter living space. In dollar, it will be, if I remember correctly, 800,000 US dollars.
Right.
And then you have 5 rooms.
Yes.
A huge living room.
Movie
theater. And every room has its own
bathroom suite.
Bedroom.
Everybody wants bathrooms, yes. With bidets for the ladies.
Yes. Yeah. It's beautiful. In the Netherlands, for a house like that, you will at least pay 1.3 million.
In the States too.
In the States too.
Oh yeah, that house would be probably twice as much in the States.
Twice, yeah. 1.3 at least. At least.
Wow.
But in this in this market, the market of today, the Netherlands, you could expect 1.5 million easily, asking price.
And I tell you what was impressive to me is as we were traveling along the shore or the bay, the waterfront, you see vacant property that me living in Florida and knowing Miami Beach and A1A, that property is prime real estate that nobody's doing anything with. I mean, when I look at the opportunities that exist here, that in the market in America, things are saturated. But here, there's so much need that literally almost any business that you come with can make you money.
Anything can make you money.
Yeah.
Now, the second condominium that we visited, what was your thoughts about that condominium?
Now, I'm not sure if in the order, but there was another condominium that we visited that had large houses and large yards. The material was not quite as nice as the first one, but nonetheless, they were still decent homes.
Yeah.
And the price range on those condominiums was much less. So once again, if you're on a budget, you can find something that will meet your budget. Much more than you can in the States because everything in the States is overpriced.
And the houses were huge.
Now the third condominium, that we had the multi-million-dollar homes. Now that was
we will get there. Let's stay here first. So in that condominium, the second condominium, the material. Now they use the same building blocks, of course, but the doors were different, the windows were different, the sanity were different. Right, you can clearly see that they went for a more affordable finishings. Right. So that makes the house cheaper. But nevertheless, the houses were huge.
Yeah, they were.
And huge.
And the yard space too.
Yeah, and then the space you have, the plot. I think most of the houses have a plot of 600 square meters. So that's large.
Yeah.
That's large because normally now in Angola you will have 400. If you're building a new house, you will have 400. That's the standard. But for a house to have 600 square meters and a living space of 120 to 60 is large. It's large. And then to think that a house like that is being sold for, I had to bring the price list, but a house like that, the huge one, is being sold for 80 million. So 80,000 US dollars. Huge
house. 2 stories.
So those are more 2 stories. Those are more affordable if people want to live large, but on a budget.
Right.
And what I think what people can do, when you buy a house like that, you can remodel it.
Upgrade it.
You can upgrade it. You can remodel it, put in vanities of your choice, change the doors, windows. If you want, you can do a lot of remodel and make it fit to your desire. But you can get it for cheap. Now, I don't know if 80,000 US dollars is cheap because there are also other people who don't have the 80,000. But they also have houses for 40,000. 1 floor house. Huge, 40,000 US dollars. So there are a lot of opportunity and ways for people how they can invest in Angola, make the transition. So it's there. Now and the roads were also very broad.
Yes.
Very broad.
Within the communities,
Yes. The only difference is in this condominium they don't have a shopping center and commercial centers within.
Within, but they were still on the outside. It wasn't very far away.
Yes, no, it's not. It's not. Oh, what was your thoughts about the place that we had lunch? We met at the beach. A chef from South Africa.
Oh my goodness! Yes, that I'm glad we stopped there. Just to the young man, he goes around different places. He's a DJ and he's also a chef. And so when we got there, we didn't quite know what to order. He says, "Hey, let me prepare you guys something nice and da 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 da."
Yeah.
And this guy, he cooked us a meal.
It was nice.
The hot wings. He said buffalo wings. That was the best buffalo wings I've ever tasted. And the place was it was huge. Had as a back section that they opened up on the weekend. It was really, really a nice place. And so yeah, they're great restaurants, seaside places. And then even the fish market when we went there, the food was unbelievably inexpensive. I had a huge fish that I couldn't even eat all of it.
You were not able to finish.
Yeah, and my wife and I, for the two fish that we had, I don't think we paid $15 or something like that. It was about $7 a plate for the two fish. Yeah. So yeah, Angola is very affordable. It depends on where you want to go. You want to go. You want to have a high class, restaurant. Then you're willing to pay the money. They've got that here. Or if you want something that's budgetary, they've got that too.
And good.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
You don't compromise on the taste.
Exactly.
Right? You still have good food. You enjoy. Yeah. Now we come to the million house. So we visited a third condominium where they have this huge, beautiful, amazing house. What was your thought about that? And I will show you, of course, everything. I will do a B-roll. You will see what we're talking about.
That's a dream house. And I told my wife if I had the money, that would be the house I would buy, because all of the rooms have suites, but when you get by the way, you got a private elevator that you go up and down. So for those of us who are age challenged or have knee problems, you got an elevator. And on the parking, you have a garage that you drive down that can house about 5 or 6 SUVs. And then when you get up to the top floor, it's all the master
places
on the outside. Yeah, so you can fit 7, 8 cars on the property. But the master bedroom, you have 2 balconies. You have one balcony with a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
And then you go up another level, and it was like a rooftop balcony. It was
crazy.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
that's my spot. That was amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
So my compliments to the architect.
Yes.
And the developer. They did an awesome job in creating such a beauty.
And very secured once again. You can't just drive into these places. Security guards at the entrance, and they restrict who comes and goes.
Yeah, very strict.
You couldn't even, record on the streets because they're like, no, these are high-class residents. They don't want you recording just in case you're thinking, people are going to come to try to set them up. You can't even record. And on the inside, you can record. So they're very strict, but it's to protect the clientele.
Yes.
And when you have a clientele, and in fact, most of the houses, I think they have 7 or 8 or something like that. They said that they were most of them were sold.
Yes, most were sold.
Yeah.
So, I think there are still a few available. I don't remember how much, but there are 20 houses in the condominium. Very beautiful condominium. Some are sold, and there are still some available. So if anyone is interested, you can always send me an email so we can schedule a consultation. So you have been here now. You have seen different parts of Angola. Today we're going to go to visit some other areas. And so we also do a video on that later. What would you say as we are coming to a close? So our brother and sister in the diaspora, the Israelite community, yes, the Bantu community, who's living outside
Mm.
in the West,
Mhm.
United States of America, the Brazil, the Caribbeans, Europe.
Mm.
What's your message to them to bring them here?
First of all, put aside your fears. Put aside your fears. I know Africa has been demonized by the Western media, and they'll only show you the negative aspects of Africa. But Africa is a huge continent, and Africa has problems like everywhere else, but not to the extent. Listen, we're here on the plane coming here. There are people that don't look like us flocking here, but our
Yes.
people are fearful to come here. They're walking, we don't see a lot of them, but the ones that we see, they're not fearful. They're walking around, they're in the malls, they're having the time of their life. And we in the diaspora are fearful to come here. So number one, put aside your fear. Number two, you have to, we're fortunate to have someone like Nabi Kefas to be a host so that if you've never been here, you don't have to come here cold and try to figure things out by yourself. You got to establish contact, and you've already established, for those of you who are in AIG or BSI, you have someone who you can trust. And I'm attesting to that because I'm here. And so that's the second thing. You have to trust someone.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, you just got to do it. Make your plans. I know it may seem like, oh, this is unreachable. But if you really want something, you plan for it, you save for it, and you make it happen. And you will not regret it. It's something that you have to do at least in your lifetime. If nothing else, come for a visit.
Mm-hmm.
Come for a visit. And it will change your perspective on Africa.
Mm-hmm. Now that you have seen Africa, you have experienced Africa, in our case Angola, and I believe in the future we will travel all the other African countries. But we are focusing on Angola first. Now that you have seen it, will you return?
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt. With no hesitation.
With no hesitation.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
No hesitation.
And how does your wife feel about Angola?
Well, I can tell you, she's in behind the camera. She says, I love it. And
she loves it.
If she's happy, then I'm happy. But, she genuinely enjoys it. And so we're definitely planning, because I know that where my path is leading me. If you believe in biblical prophecies, you know that the West is going to suffer a decline and a collapse. And so why wait? Why wait? There's no better time than right now. And I know it's hard for people to just get up and to leave everything behind. But then there are people that's done that and they've never looked back and they have no regrets. So you just have to just do it. Just put aside those fears and just come.
You have heard it from Elder Byron. Yeah, Byron. Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. We're not promoting Nike, by the way. But just do it.
Just
come to Angola.
Yes.
Now, last question, but very important. How have we been treating you? Have we been treating you good?
Yeah, I said it earlier, and I'll reiterate that you all have been very good hosts.
And just for people to know.
Yeah, no, you really have been, and I'm not one to I don't want to use that term, but I'm not one to say something that I don't mean, and so I can truly say that from the time that I met you and your brother Nico, and by the way, his son Nathaniel, which is my wife is trying to steal, but from the moment I met you guys, y'all have been nothing but courteous and accommodating, and so I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And as I mentioned about your genuineness, okay. So you guys have been great hosts, and I thank you guys. Obrigado. Obrigado. I'm trying.
No, you're getting there. You're getting there. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you guys for your hospitality.
That's great. Matondo. Nzambi Benisa. So people, thank you. Stay posted for part 2, where we're going to talk about the business opportunity which present themselves here in Angola. So I'm Nabi Kefas. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested to know more about Angola Investment Group, send me an email. I will post my email address in the description box of this video. And give this video a thumbs up, share with family members, friends on your YouTube or social media channels. I'm here with Elder Byron and his wife, my brother and my son, and we are having the most tremendous time. It's beautiful out here, so you all need to come. Matondo for watching, and I'll see you next time. May Congo reign. Ingeta.